Assalamualaikum to all. My name is Nur Alamai Sarah from Group 11. I am, as a first presenter, would like to deliver our study about the entrepreneurial motivation and its influence on new venture creation among e-commerce businesses in Malaysia. E-commerce, facilitating the online exchange of goods and services, has revolutionized the global retail landscape. This sector has experienced remarkable growth in Malaysia, driven by technological advancement and evolving consumer behavior. Beyond convenience, e-commerce is crucial to both global and local economies. It generates job opportunities and fosters innovation essential for economic development. Okay, moving to the next slide. Why the entrepreneurial motivation influence on new venture creation? There are two reasons that I would like to highlight here. The first one is growing e-commerce sector, yet low venture creation. Even though Malaysian e-commerce industry is expanding quickly, the rate of new venture formatting is still slow, which suggests that the variable influencing entrepreneurial activity need to be investigated. Next, lack of research on entrepreneurial motivation in e-commerce. The majority of current research focus on general entrepreneurship rather than the motivate of e-commerce entrepreneurs. Understanding how motivation converts into new digital businesses venture is limited by this divide. This slide outlines the problem statement of our study. Firstly, research highlights that economic conditions significantly influence entrepreneurial behavior. However, there is a lack of focus on how these dynamics specifically impact lifestyle entrepreneurship in Malaysia. As a result, entrepreneurial motivation and new venture creation remain open questions closely associated with this factor. Addressing this gap is essential for fostering innovation and resilience in Malaysia's entrepreneurial ecosystem, ultimately supporting sustainable e-commerce growth. This context sets the stage for the importance of our research focus. Moving to the next slide, I'm going to share with you the question and objective of the study. There are three questions, and the first one is, what are the entrepreneurial motivation and new venture creation level among e-commerce entrepreneurs in Malaysia? The second one, is there a significant relationship between entrepreneurial motivation and new venture creation? And the last one is, does entrepreneurial motivation link with the relationship between new venture creation? On the right side, also have three objectives that we highlight, which is the first one is to identify the level of entrepreneurial motivation and new venture creation among e-commerce entrepreneurs in Malaysia. Second one, to examine the relationship between entrepreneurial motivation and new venture creation. And the third one is to examine the related entrepreneurial motivation between new venture creation. The scope of our study is centered around urban e-commerce entrepreneurs. It is important to note that we have excluded rural or non-digital sector from this analysis. The results are specific to urban e-commerce entrepreneurs. Additionally, our data collection relies on a self-reported survey, which introduces the risk of response bias. We have implemented measures like ensuring confidentiality to encourage honest responses, which help to mitigate the issues. We are examining wealth, independence, and necessity as drivers of entrepreneurial activity. However, we don't cover other factors like network and market condition as highlighted by Hassel, 2008. The sample size is relatively small, which limits the statistical power of our finding. This could result in missing more nuanced relationship, as noted by Sasa. These limitations are important to consider when interpreting our result. Continue to the next slide. Let's discuss the significance of the study. On the theoretical side, it addressed a critical gap by exploring how entrepreneurial motivation influences e-commerce venture creation in Malaysia. Additionally, it explains the literature on entrepreneurial aspiration and innovation within Malaysia's digital economy, as noted by Hassel. On the practical side, The study provides valuable insight for policymakers, educators, and business incubators to improve entrepreneurial program. It also supports initiatives aimed at fostering e-commerce entrepreneurship, aligning with Malaysia's goal of becoming a leader in the digital economy. Okay, moving to the next. Let's clarify the operational definition used in this study. The first one is, new venture creation refers to the process of developing new business. This involves opportunity identification, resource mobilization, market entry, innovation, and strategic planning as described by Gartner. Secondly, entrepreneurial motivation encompasses both internal and external factors that drive individuals to start and grow business. This can be categorized as either opportunity-driven pull or necessity-driven push, according to the Hassel.
This research focuses on new venture creation and VC as the dependent variable which is influenced by changes in other factors. The dependent variable reflects the outcome being measured. According to the 2023, changes in independent variables lead to changes in the dependent variable, making it important to study. As et al. 2008 highlight that motivations like wealth and independence play a key role in driving entrepreneurs toward starting new ventures. The study will explore how entrepreneurial motivation affect NVC. Data will be collected to identify which motivations have the most impact. The findings will help understand how factors like financial goals or independence contribute to the success of new ventures. This research aims to provide practical insight for entrepreneurs and improve knowledge in the field of entrepreneurship. Self-determination theory (SDT) proposed by Edward L. Deci and Richard M. Ryan, 1980, explains that human motivation by distinguishing between autonomous and control types, emphasizing the psychological needs of autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Entrepreneurs are intrinsically motivated when their needs are supported, driving them to pursue business ventures for business satisfaction and enjoyment. Autonomy allows decision-making freedom. Competence reflects the ability to manage operations effectively, and relatedness fosters meaningful connection with stakeholders, all of which contribute to success in e-commerce. Shin and Venkataraman's 2000 opportunity recognition theory describes entrepreneurship as a process of discovering, evaluating, and exploiting opportunities through personal traits and external influence. Entrepreneurs are motivated by factors such as financial gain and freedom, enabling them to identify opportunities that others may overlook. For e-commerce businesses in Malaysia, this involves leveraging social and economic trends to address market gaps. Timos and Spinelli 2009 emphasized the role of strategic thinking, entrepreneurial mindsets, and environmental scanning in identifying and capitalizing on opportunities. Highlight how entrepreneurial skills, creativity, and past experience help entrepreneurs assess risk, recognize patterns, and develop profitable ventures in the digital marketplace. The relationship between entrepreneurial motivation, independent variables, and opportunity recognition and new venture dependent variables is often positively correlated. As motivated entrepreneurs are more likely to identify and act on opportunities. Self-determination theory (SDT) highlights that intrinsic motivation like autonomy, competence, and relatedness foster creativity, persistence, and goal-directed behavior, which are critical for entrepreneurial success. Research by Hassel et al. 2008 and Timos and Spinelli 2009 underscore that entrepreneurs motivated by freedom, passion, and innovation actively network, analyze markets, and experiment with ideas to identify and capitalize on opportunities. Their intrinsic drive enables creative thinking, problem solving, and the ability to synthesize information, helping them focus market trends, address unmet needs, and transform innovative ideas into successful ventures. Our theoretical framework combines insight from opportunity recognition theory and self-determination theory. This framework proposes that entrepreneurial motivation serves as a mediator between external opportunities and the creation of new ventures. For example, an entrepreneur motivated by autonomy may more effectively identify and act upon market gaps in the e-commerce sectors. The framework also incorporates variables like competence, which relates to an individual's confidence in managing resources and networks within the digital landscapes. This research adopts a quantitative design to investigate the relationship between entrepreneurial motivation (EM) and new venture creation (NVC) through a descriptive correlation approach. It used structured survey distribute via Google Form to collect data from 100 respondents, focusing on how intrinsic and extrinsic motivational factors such as financial security, job satisfaction, and leadership aspiration influence opportunity identification, marketing, and quality delivery. The structured approach ensures objective measurement and statistical analysis of interaction between variables, revealing patterns and associations. Close-ended question enable efficient data collection, real-time tracking, and seamless exportation to statistical software for variable and value analysis. The data analysis plan aims to identify the levels of entrepreneurial motivation (EM) and new venture creation (NVC) and examine their relationship. Variables are measured through statements focusing on EM and NVC constructs using interval scales, descriptive statistics such as mean, median, standard deviation, and a measure of distribution are used to summarize data. Additionally, IBM SPSS is employed for reliability testing, Chrome-Rush alpha, correlation analysis, and regression analysis to predict relationships between independent EM and dependent NVC constructs, providing insights into their interaction and variance. To conclude, our research aims to explore how entrepreneurial motivation influences new venture creation in Malaysia e-commerce sector. This study is timely and relevant given the sector's potential for innovation and economic growth. By addressing gaps in understanding, we aim to contribute to fostering a vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem in Malaysia. Thank you for your attention, and we now welcome any question or feedback on our proposal.